Hi Nandan. Firstly, many congratulations on the performance that you've produced. The result might not have gone your way, but you can really hold your head high. I want to ask, even at the last T20 World Cup, we saw you guys really came close to beating South Africa. You needed 2 of 2, and then unfortunately you couldn't really win. When you go back and reflect on these matches, what is the sort of feeling that you have? Do you feel like that you can be really confident because of the way you guys have performed against these test playing nations, or is there the feeling of regret that you came really close and perhaps couldn't really get over the line?
So for this one, I think I need both. We feel both, like sometimes regret as well, and sometimes like proud as well, because we are competing against such a good team like England, and we are really close to win the game. So I think it's like 50-50 for us, like proud and obviously regret as well, because we are really close to the game.
Nandan, check. Nandan, at the innings break, after they had the momentum towards the end, what was the talk about approaching the chase? Because we saw Kushal going playing freely from the start. Do you think that start could have been ended better with the middle overs, the team not expressing themselves like we saw in the start and the end?
No, I think we are pretty much clear about the plan. As Kushal Bhurtel player, like we already know him, how he plays in super power plays. So yeah, we are all confident on him, and the way we have played in middle over. So it is all according to plans, and we are going on it. So I think everything will be fine, and everything is fine over there.
To take you to the last over, the second last ball, Karan declined a single and let Lokesh get 6 runs. Was there anything that to let the strike be with Lokesh, or was it Karan's decision so hopefully?
No, it's like Lokesh is hitting pretty good. Like we already have at one time we are not in the game, but when Lokesh came, so he hit around 3 or 4 sixes, which is really good. So yeah, it is better to have a batsman who is hitting more sixes than like the current guys. Yeah, we know he has got that power, but obviously the day is with Lokesh, so it's a better option to get him in strike.
Nandan, sorry to be asking this question, but I mean, there's not been a lot of time since the point the game ended. But has there been any reflection as to what you could have probably done differently in terms of bowling or batting to have cut down this narrow margin of 4-run defeat, if you have to talk about?
Yeah, we have to. Like me as well, there is lots of talk about my white balls. So yeah, I have to come around that one. And yeah, we need to focus on death over. As a fast bowler, we always have considered more runs in death over. So I think we need to focus on that one as well. But yeah, it's a game. We have to accept that.
Yeah, Nandan, hi. Just your thoughts on the atmosphere. Nearly 17,000 people, and most of them rooting for Nepal. You guys have a huge traveling fan base wherever you play. But just what's the experience like having so many people rooting for you wherever you play?
So that's the love of our crowd. So they always support us. So whenever we go, it's feel like a home ground for us. So I'm really thankful for that one to all the crowds. So I just want to say, like, keep supporting us, and really sorry for what happened. And yeah, we surely gonna improve the game. And if we talk about crowd, they are so lovable. They love cricket. They love all the atmosphere which we have in Mumbai. So yeah, I'm really thankful to them. We are really thankful to them.
So Nanda, so everybody is saying that the gap between the test nation and other issues has been decreasing. So what have to say about in the context of Nepal?
It's a tough question, I think, because like we are competing against test nation, or we are trying to achieve the test nation. So first we need to improve our domestic circuit, red ball cricket and everything, which we don't have right now. So yeah, it's a dream for me as well to become a test nations. But yeah, it's a tough job to now, I think.
Hello. Looking at today's match, it looked like you had almost beaten England, but it's just by 4 runs. It was like heartbreak for your team today. But how you look at Nepal's performance overall, like how much this victory will mean to you, and how the standard will improve, means how much cricket in Nepal has improved last few years, and what needs to be done to improve to that level to compete with the test playing nation more, like maybe win more matches or give very close fights.
Yeah, thank you for that question, because yeah, we are improving a bit. Like we are improving in a good way, I think. So yeah, it's a good game for us as well, and for the crowd as well. So I think it is going to be good on next game.
What lessons does Nepal take from this narrow escape going forward in the tournament, and which moment do you feel changed the game slightly in England favors?
I think saving some runs in bowling or when we are doing a batting, taking some singles. So that's the difference, I think.
And what lessons does Nepal take from this narrow escape going forward in the tournament?
The lesson like must be like hitting some sixes, like Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
So, Nandan, does Nepal still see the chance of reaching the Super 8?
Yeah, we have. We only played our first game right now, and it is like very close. So we are not really behind with the rounded as well. So I think we really had a good chance to. We really have a good chance to go for a Super 8.
Nandan, I'm sure you wouldn't know this. Dalston tweeted just after the game got over saying, I offer my services to Nepal whenever you need them. How can you and the group actually convince your powers in B to make it happen? And how will you make use of it should it happen?
So that's a big thing for us. Some legend, like he ruled the cricket for 10 years, and he is tweeting something like this. But it's like the CAN management team, so we can't approach him. Maybe can. So I don't know how to answer this one. Thank you.
Thanks. Hi, Will. Important win, but maybe not as straightforward as you would have liked.
Yeah, obviously most important thing is the win, which is what we aimed to do at the start of the game. Obviously incredibly tight, full credit to Nepal. They were absolutely outstanding. Bat ball in the field, running between the wickets, they pushed us right to the very limit there. That's World Cup cricket. It's going to be tough. We saw every game yesterday, incredibly tight. Multiple games could have gone either way, and same again today. So it's a good start to the tournament.
What was going through your head when Nepal needed just 10 to win from the last over?
Yeah, well, I was nervous, very nervous. My heart was thumping out there on the boundary. I had confidence in Sam. He's done that quite well. I played with him at the Invincibles, and he's defended the last over well a few times. And credit to him, that was brilliant the way he nailed his Yorkers and held his nerve.
I was going to say, just how good is Sam Curran at the death? He's been through his ups and downs in the last few years since winning Player of the Tournament at 2022, but yeah, he's shown there that he's obviously a class act.
Yeah, he is very class in those pressure situations. He's able to think very clearly. He's got very good understanding of the game, which he's shown, obviously, like you say, Player of the Tournament and man the match in the World Cup final. He was absolutely brilliant there, and today he's won us that game. It was ebbs and flows the whole way. I thought at times in the chase we were ahead, they were ahead, and then thought it was almost lost with 10 balls to go, and so we're obviously very pleased to come out on the right side.
And just lastly from me, your cameo there at the end of England's innings, I sort of like really settling into that new role you've got.
Yeah, personally, I'm quite happy with that. I haven't had, even though I've been in that position at 7 for a while, I haven't actually had much time in the middle. So going forward, hopefully those 18 balls will give me some confidence for the rest of the tournament. It was quite tricky to start, which we saw throughout the whole game, and obviously got better as I went in and took advantage of that last over, which in hindsight was quite important.
Go to the front, then we'll go Matt and then Simon.
Hi, Will. A word on Liam, please, because I was speaking to him before the tournament, and he had mentioned that at his age of 35, he didn't really think that he will get back into the England team. But Brooksy and Baz has always, helped him and got his confidence back. And then to come into the T20 World Cup today and to put up a spell like 2 for 21. What are the conversations that you've had with him, and what do you make of his unique skill set that he brings as a bowler, and how the value that he adds to the team?
Yeah, he's obviously someone who I think has been brilliant over the whole course of his career, and playing now for England. I think he's really cherishing that and really just enjoying every moment here. He's incredibly talented, and the skill set that he has is quite unique. He's able to hit the stumps at incredibly high percentage, undercut the ball, and predict what the batsman's going to do. Even today, I think they got off to a great start. They played well and changed the pace of the game. He came in 4th over, maybe, I think, and broke the partnership and just slowed the game down for us. And obviously to go for less than 24 on that surface is very impressive and match defining.
Matt, Simon, and the gentleman here. Go ahead.
Well, can I just ask what Harry was saying in the huddle just before, or at drinks before those initial 2 wickets fell? It looked like he was leading the conversation.
The first drinks or second one?
There's drinks at 12 overs or whenever it was.
We just spoke about there's a long time left to go in the game. 6 overs, everything happens quite quickly in T20 cricket, and 6 overs is still a very long time. We felt 1 or 2 wickets and we were ahead of the game. So after that, we obviously bowled 2 great overs, Sam and can't remember who it actually was, but we bowled Andors, 2 very good overs, and all of a sudden we were ahead, and that's how quickly the game can change. I think he was very good there at keeping level-headed. Josh spoke as well, and I think those experienced guys are obviously crucial when those press situations come around.
And Baz was on a walkie-talkie during the game. Was that message just coming down from the dressing room, do you know?
Yeah, that's something we've been doing recently in dressing room to dugout communication. So obviously then messages can get run out to the captain or to the guys who are batting in the middle, and I think that's just a easier way of spreading the message.
Did you watch the India game last night, and how much, if so, did that instruct your approach to the batting in particular?
Yeah, I did. It was a great game to watch, very interesting game, and as I say, it's another close game, and it shows that no game in this World Cup is easy. Every single team is incredibly talented, and I really enjoyed watching that game. I think the way that Sky played was obviously the situation dictated that he had to take the innings deep and then explode at the end, and I think that could be a method to use in this World Cup. I think historically, scores in T20 World Cups are lower than you see in franchise leagues or in bilateral series. Obviously the situations, pressure, the pitches often aren't quite as batter friendly, so I think that's something to keep on top of for the rest of the tournament, and we're going to have to be really adaptable and going to different venues, different opposition, and just staying on top of that.
And that Lamishana's last over, where I think you only scored 1. Obviously, choosing to treat him with respect and go big after he had bowled out. What was you thinking there?
Yeah, it was a great over. I'd only just come in, so I was just trying to get to grips with the pace of the surface, and they actually spun a few more than I was expecting. He bowled very well. And yeah, I think when I came out there, Brookie said to me, "We just so it was 4.5 overs left when I came out, so let's take the innings deep." And he thought we could take advantage of the seam bowlers at the end, so he read that well.
And just lastly, England have relied for many years on Rush in particular, Joff, and they were both reasonably expensive today, but the team found other ways to win. And how much is that potentially important in building confidence and knowing that there's always alternatives?
Yeah, you're right. It's obviously very important. I think winning ugly is a great trait, and a game like today, you can't. It's obviously incredibly difficult to replicate that experience that you get, and a game like today where we potentially weren't expecting it to go down to the last ball, and it has. Hopefully, when we get in that situation in the rest of the tournament, which we definitely will at some stage, we'll be able to look back on this experience today and take that with us. Other people stand. You need 15 players in the squad to win the World Cup, and everyone standing up at some stage is going to be important, and today was good for that.
4 more, 1 here, VJ, then 2 at the back.
Yeah, Will, you spoke about rise of the associates yesterday. Did you expect the game to go this close? And at the innings break, after your innings, did you think Nepal would give you run for money at the end?
Yeah, I think the way that the associate nations have been performing is the gap between test nations, associate nations is not that big. You saw yesterday Netherlands, Pakistan. I watched that game again. It could have gone either way. Even the USA-India game last night. I think that's the beauty of T20 cricket. It's very hard to predict what's going to happen, and I think the shorter the format, the closer the skills are together. It's harder to be, you know what I'm trying to say. Sorry, the skill gap is smaller in a way, we expected that from them today. They were brilliant. I know the coach Stewie Law, and they were a very well prepared outfit, and they took us right to the end there.
VJ, the red, and then 1 at the back.
Amit, after such a close match, what is the overriding feeling for you personally and collectively for the team? Sense of relief or sense of accomplishment?
Right now, a sense of relief and happiness. We came into this game just simply trying to win, and that's what we've done. So in that sense, it's job done. And in another sense, it's brilliant continuing that preparation going forward for more games to come, which we know we're going to be in similar situations. Every single game is important. You can't go into any game expecting to win or expecting to do certain things, and that, yeah, we're very happy to win today.
The Grant at the back and then behind you.
Well, can you talk about Jofra? He had a very good spell today at the beginning. First over, he went for runs. He changes pace. Second over, he kind of brings back the pressure, and then he turns the match again in that middle overs after the drinks break, where he gave 3 runs and picked a wicket or something. And then he comes back, and his final over, he goes for runs. Could you talk about that final over, wherever you were standing, and from what kind of things that you saw, the way Nepal held the nerve and hit those big runs?
Yeah, I think one of Josh's good skills is that he was pace on in the first over and got some tap, but then when he came back for his next few overs, he adjusted to the conditions. He used his slow ball very well, which for a guy who can bowl his pace can be hard for everyone to adapt to. So he did that very well, and they hit some great shots off him in that 18th over, I think it was. I think when I look up the big screen, as slow ball, good length, and he smacked him down the ground for 6. And sometimes that's, you just have to say good shot, which is what I was thinking for a lot of the time today. They hit some brilliant shots off some of our best bowlers. Joff's such an important player for us, whether it be with a new ball or at the death, and he's going to come back stronger.
Well, just as an off spinner more than a batter, the fact that you said scores at the World Cups are lower than scores in bilateral series, does it excite you that there is something for the bowlers on pitches like this when you come to tournaments like this instead of just 250 playing 251?
Yeah, I love bowling. I love being involved in the game. I think it brings out the best of me. And in conditions like that today, when I know I'm going to bowl, it really eggs me on to go and do my best for the team. I love contributing. I think every single game is going to be different, if I'm honest. Just now in Sri Lanka, obviously the pitches were incredibly spin friendly, and hopefully we'll be going back there for the Super 8. So hopefully I'll bowl a bit more, but I think it's just going game by game and seeing what it is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, Will.